cracking, everybody? Welcome to Boo TV. While you're here, do me a big favor and like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell so you stay notified whenever we upload a new video. Thank you for stopping in. I appreciate you for watching. Thanks for the support, and let's get into the topic for today. For those of you that have been around this channel for a bit, or if you don't know, if you're new, I like to pay homage to the players of the past a lot. And a lot of times I feel like people credit players, these modern day players, for things as if they've never been done before, when I know that I've seen other players do these things in the past. But I always put it into context one way or another. So whenever they see somebody pull up a couple feet from behind a three-point line, it always gets equated back to Steph Curry, right? But me, I say, well, pump the brakes, dog. Pump the brakes. Do I think Steph Curry is the best three-point shooter this league has ever seen? Even when I take into consideration the benefit of playing in a three-point era and having a green light to shoot as many threes as he can shoot, as opposed to the great three-point shooters of the past, where the climate of the NBA wasn't them taking 7 to 12 three-pointers a game, but more like 2 to 4 three-pointers a game. Even taking that into consideration, I will still rank Steph Curry ahead of all those players because of his ability to do it off the dribble with regularity, coming around screens, spot up, distance, accuracy, all that. I still think Steph would be a dominant three-point shooter to a degree back in the day. Steph is the best three-point shooter I've ever seen. But when it comes to pulling up from three ball several feet behind the line, Steph Curry wasn't the first person doing that. Okay. Tracy McGrady, tmac, #1, was pulling up several feet behind the three-point line with regularity, given the climate of the NBA back then in the early to mid 2000s, especially when he was with the Orlando Magic. People forget. I'm like, wait a second. I know what I saw. I know I watched a lot of Magic games. I grew up in the Orlando area. I wasn't a Magic fan, and I wasn't a Tracy McGrady fan. I was a Kobe Bryant fan. The debate back then was Kobe versus T-Mac as the best player in the league, though people try to forget that and act like that wasn't a thing. And as a hardcore Kobe fan and being around Magic and T-Mac fanboys all the time, I didn't like T-Mac. He was my enemy. But I know what I saw. And T-Mac, with regularity, given the climate of the league, they didn't take as many three-point shots back then. But T-Mac would pull up several feet behind three-point range and just drain us. And every time he released it, I knew it was going in. And T-Mac did it so effortlessly. If you don't know about T-Mac, he's one of the greatest scorers to ever play in this league. Unfortunately, his career got cut short because of injuries. He had chronic back problems. But he was 6'8", amazing athleticism, amazing shooter, amazing footwork, amazing all-around basketball player, could pass his ass off. He was a average defender, but all-around phenomenal basketball player, elite scorer as well. But the dude would pull up effortlessly. I swear, most nights T-Mac wasn't even sweating, and he had the lazy eyes. It didn't even look like he was trying out there. I swear to you, and he would just pull up. I remember exactly how he pull up, hit you with that lazy eye, won't, or do you with the 1-2, won't. The dude would pull up several feet from behind the line and just drain them. And there was nothing you could do about it. Nothing. And like I said, back then the players didn't have the green light. Not as many players took threes back then. That wasn't the game. So he didn't get the 7 to 12 shot attempts that these players get now from three-point range. But with what he was, with what the attempts he was taking, the dude was automatic. And like I said, I'm not saying he's a better 3-point shooter than Curry. He's not. Curry shot like 40% or over 40% for damn near every year in his career almost. I don't think T-Mac ever reached 40% with a certain amount of games. He might have did it one of the seasons he was injured, so he didn't play that many games, so it was a small sample size. But for the most part, T-Mac was somewhere between a mid to high 30% three-point shooter. But like I said, if he played in today's NBA, I think he would probably be in the 40s, given that he'd get more attempts to hoist the threes up. But with that being said, T-Mac was automatic from three-point range back in the day. Make no mistake about it. Drainos, several feet behind the line. He was really, honestly, the first guy showing that off and hitting it. I ain't making this up, and we gonna watch some T-Mac footage of him just pulling up with ease anywhere beyond the arc. And I have a video. Check out I might have to put together a T-Mac playlist now. I have another T-Mac video that just highlights him as a player. And why? Because I just feel like he's forgotten and underrated. So you can go check that video out as well. But let's check out these T-Mac 3-point highlights, shall we? Look at that. 4 feet behind the line. Buckets. Buckets. What you want? 4 feet behind the line. Buckets. Give me that. 2-3 feet behind the line. Buckets. Oh yeah, let me just pull up the lazy eye. Buckets. Dude, look at this. The dude would do this. The dude would do this. Give me that. Great defense, too. Give me that. 2 defenders, don't matter. Give me that. Wet. Give me that. I don't need to get no clothes. Boom. He would always lure him to sleep and then hit him with that between the leg, rise and shoot, bro. Give me that. Bucket. Straight up. I don't even got dribble. Look, T-Mac was a problem. And one. Give me that. And one. Give me room to land, fool. And one. Buckets. Oh, yeah? Come get that work. Buckets. Ooh, crossover. Crossover. Without a head of steam. Bang. Give me that. At least 1.5 feet behind the line. Who else wanted? 3 feet behind the line. Buckets. Don't matter. Buckets. How many feet? Buckets. He called bank. Give me that. 1.5 feet behind the line. Buckets. All the defense on me. 3 feet behind the line. Buckets. Listen. People really look at that. People really forget, bro, or haven't seen like T-Mac was in the conversation for best player in the league. Him and Kobe that one year, 2001, 2002, 2003ish. They were going back and forth. 30, 40, 50, 30, 40, 50, 30, 40, 50. It was crazy. Look at that. Look at that. The ability to raise up with no space, contorts his body, puts it in. Look at this. Give me that. Buckets. Yo, T-Mac in this league, given the green light to shoot more threes, man, T-Mac would average, shoot, I think T-Mac is good for about 35 to 38 in this NBA. I truly believe that. 6'8", ball handling, passing, athleticism, ridiculous range, footwork, body contortion. The dude was a problem. Look at this, just straight up, bang, on your boy LeBron James. I think that was all. I think that was on LeBron. Give me that. Problem, bro. Problem. And look at that. The footwork without even dribbling. Using your body, using your pivot foot, dragging. on his go-to moves. Though he would lull you to sleep with that behind the legs joint. And he did it effortlessly. 4 feet behind the line. Buckets. I'm pretty sure that was early in the shot clock, too. Give me that. Early in the shot clock. Buckets. Dude, how many feet behind the line was that? See what I mean, bro? Like, moving into them Rockets days. Look at that. How many feet behind the line? Give me that. Don't matter. I mean, man, put some respect on it, bro. Oh, here's the barrage of threes against the San Antonio Spurs. Dude was absolutely ridiculous. Give me that. Dude, I really wish tmac didn't have the chronic back problems, the back spasms, because I truly believe Tracy McGrady would have went down as a top 15 player of all time had he had a longer career. How many feet behind the line you wanted, brother? And that was amazing defense, man. They closed the space on him so well. Doesn't matter. T-Mac was elite scorer, man. Give me that. We could do this all day. Give me that. How many feet you wanted? You better rush up on that. How many feet behind the line, huh? I had to, man, because I don't think people fully understand. With all due respect to Steph Curry, the greatest three-point shooter of all time, T-Mac was doing this first. And T-Mac was, like I said, and it was in an era where three-point shooting really wasn't encouraged, especially from several feet behind the line. They were still calling that a bad shot back then. Look at that. Look at that. Bang. Come on, boy. What are you talking about, bro? Stupid range. Like I said, man, I put everything in the context, bro. I know what I saw. Look at that. Side step, 3 feet, 4 feet behind the line. Side step 3. I know what I saw, bro. And with all due respect, it was Mac that was wetting them 3-point buckets from long range first. And I've even, look at that. How many feet behind the line is that? Sheesh. I had to go back. I was looking at highlights from, other players, spoke to some people, some old heads that even know about the era before that, 70s, 80s. Nobody was pulling up like that. Not even Larry Bird. Look at that. Bang. How many feet? What is that, like 6 feet behind the line? Again, all-star game. Give me another one. All day. 6, 7 feet behind the line, man. That was Tracy McGrady's shot. And you know what? I'm going to go ahead and stop the video. I'm going to go ahead and stop the video now. It was a 15-minute video, but I just had to get the point across to people. You can go ahead and watch the rest of the video on YouTube if you want to. Tracy McGrady 3-point compilation, but you get the picture. I ain't making this up. I ain't no hater. I'm here to preach the truth and put it in the context. And I even put his situation in the context. Said, hey, it was a different era. He didn't get as many shot attempts. But even with that being said, I still think Steph Curry's the best before the Steph sexuals come at me. But it's just the truth. It's just the truth. That was T-Mac's shot first, baby. Like I said, I have another Tracy McGrady video. And you can find it in the Tracy McGrady playlist. And I will continue to pay homage and put context into the players of past that this younger generation really hasn't got a chance to see, or maybe people just wasn't watching basketball back then or have forgotten, because it's easy to forget. There's been a lot of history in the world of the NBA and the world of sports that has passed since then. But I remember. That's why I'm here. It's one reason I created this channel, because I was tired of the distorted narratives and the false narratives and the inaccurate narratives, and I have to bring the truth to the light. But that's all I got. Like, comment, subscribe, hit that damn bell, stay notified, and I appreciate you for watching. I'll catch you on the next one. We out, baby.